It is time. It is time to brew your best beer. Brought to you by Beer Greens Supply Company, BrewTubers Online Brewers Club, Brew UK, Panhead Brewery, Tanner Ritchie, Finney's Homebrew Emporium, Brig Selv, Hackney Brewery, Hashigo Sake, Mangrove Jacks, Sprig and Fern Tavern, Yakima Valley Hops.
Hey everybody, it's Ivan, Sammy the Theory Brewer coming at you again, and not happy Homebrew Wednesday. This is another 2014 Sjporr Homebrew Challenge beer review for RO175CA. No style, but he's calling it a sweet amber ale that has been oaked with American oak chips soaked in Canadian rye. With Cara red malt. Hang on here. There's too many issues. Cara red malt, pale 2-row malt, Cara red malt, golden promise malt, Cara aroma malt, Cara amber malt, northern brewer hop pellets, and fuggles. No use showing there, but that's okay. ABV of 5.9 and 26.4 IBUs. See how we do. Oh, gotta break up the shirt. Hang on, bear with me. Holy frick! Oh my god. Until I don't do this on television very often. Or anything else for that matter. That's it. Crank up the big guns. Needless to say, it's on tight. Flippin' hell. There we go. Got some action now. Well, RO175CA, I will give you this. You crank down the caps tight, mate. Sissy poo. Nice little carb. Oh, you get the oak right off the nose, which is kind of nice. Let's give this a pour. See how she looks. Deep red. Almost like deep red amber color. And we will cut her off from there. Holy snap. The smell, you definitely get the Canadian whiskey or the Canadian rye that he used for soaking the oak chips right off the nose. Oak chips soaked in Canadian rye, which really lends itself well to the malt profile. Alright, so RO175CA. Let's see what we got cracking in the glass, mate. Cheers. Well, shit balls. It is an extremely well-balanced beer. I mean, there's the hops are just you just slightly taste them. And because he used oak chips, you got a really interesting on the back end of the beer as it finishes, which I must say finishes extremely clean. You get a really great, I'm not going to say oak plank sensation, but you get a really great oaky note to that beer. Now, the only suggestion, one of the few suggestions I would give, is I would love to see that beer aged in a bourbon barrel and up the hop up the malt profile a lot to compensate for that, because otherwise it's going to be way overpowered. But I mean, it's a really, really, really well balanced beer. I mean, wow, I can't pick up on any real off flavors. I mean, carbonation is nice, maybe just a hint more, but I mean, overall, I'm not going to fault the beer for lack of carbonation. I mean, chill haze is present. I mean, but it's cleared up a hair. I've let this warm up just a little bit, but I mean, honestly, it is there's no yeasty notes. There's no The only thing I could suggest is maybe that this beer needs to age a little bit more. Just let that little bit of residual, quote-unquote, oakiness round itself out a little bit and mellow in a little bit with the malt. But that's really the only suggestion I have. I mean, that's a really good beer. I'm very, very pleased with that. I mean, mouthfeel is awesome. It is... The one note on the mouthfeel, though, is that if this beer is aged for maybe a few more months, the oak would mellow out, because the oak is definitely there and it's definitely present. I'm not really sure if that is what he was going for or not. If he was, good job. If you weren't, maybe just let the beer age and mellow that residual oak, that woody flavor, that oak flavor that you get, which is not overpowering, but it's definitely present, would mellow out just that little bit extra, which would then lend to the overall roundness of the beer. And the rye is a really nice touch. The Canadian rye is a really nice touch. Don't really know what rye you used. If it was Canadian Club, good on you. If it was Crown Royal, even better. But the nose on this beer it's complex. I mean, you get the oak right off the nose, which accentuates itself really, really well with the malt bill. And the hops are just there in the background, just sort of saying, hey, check me out. We're just helping out with the beer, because the star in this beer, I would say, is the oak, for me, personally. Yeah, and the rye just comes forward. This comes just in the very last little bit. But overall, wow. To me, is this a summer beer, spring beer? This is not a summer beer for me. This is a spring beer. You know when you're in the yard and you're cleaning up after the mess of winter, and it's cool, it's like 10 degrees Celsius. You've had a shit day screwing around the yard. Sit down, put your feet up in the backyard while the kids play around the big piles of leaves you've spent all afternoon raking up, and you watch them move the leaves back around again over the back lawn. This is the beer that I would have enjoying that. So RO175CA. Cheers, mate. That is a lovely drop. Big thanks to our sponsors again for making this happen. This is Sammy the Thrifty Brewer saying thanks so much. We'll be seeing you guys in a bit. Pardon me. Cheers.